Hi everyone, welcome back to the Ultimate Transformation Plan. My name is Laura and I lost 125 pounds in menopause naturally, and I'll post up a quick before and after today for some of you that haven't seen my transformation, and you can see the difference. And yeah, it is not an easy feat, yet it's super easy. And today we're going to talk about the big W, willpower. And we've heard it a million times. I don't have enough willpower. I've got the willpower. Whatever the word is, I'm going to just talk about, let's just first of all define it, all right? So willpower by definition is control exerted to do something or restrain impulses. Synonym: headstrong, decisive, iron-willed. It sounds wonderful. And the thing is, with human beings on the regular, we are naturally impulsive creatures, and we definitely sometimes don't always have all of those attributes. So in order to deal with this concept of willpower, in other words, when you're expecting yourself to not indulge in things that you don't want to indulge in, and you just can't hold back, like you saw me holding up cake or berries, we have to obviously have some tools in place to help us, but there's a few things I want to talk about psychologically that have to do with it that might be able to also help you. So depending on if you have a binge eating disorder per se, or you are kind of addicted to food, we all have to have food to survive, but I'm going to post up in a few minutes addiction and use the word food to replace other addictions like alcohol and all of those kinds of other things, and see if it resonates with you. And if that be the case, your challenges might be a little bit different, but in essence it all turns out the same. So willpower itself is going to come and go. When we're tired, when we're stressed, when our resolve is down, that's when it can be slip away from us. It can be deadened, or if we're presented with too many challenges that we can't resist. And so what are we going to do in order to combat? So basically we have to start thinking about it in terms of, is it for your highest good? So you have to rethink that sudden urge into a higher state of being, a higher state of thinking. You have to be coming from a place of deep desire for the ultimate self-care. And that is the journey of self-love. And what you're doing with what you nourish your body with is one of the biggest ones. That if you can decide that your self-love rises above that piece of cake I showed you in the thumbnail or whatever it is, it's going to be a lot easier for you. Having this kind of self-love after a while becomes part of my or your identity, and you never can forget yourself. Always refer back to your self-care. You have to create habits that make it so much easier. So like your routines, what you eat. I eat the same thing to make it ingrained and habitual. So I take variety a lot of times. I don't take it as seriously as I do the habit. So for an example, when I know I need to reach for food, I prep. I always prep stuff so that I've got it ready to go. In those moments of low resolve, or when you're feeling like your willpower is shaky, if you've got other things that you can habitually grab towards, it makes planning and doing things so much easier, and your willpower stronger, because you know for a fact you don't even need to look at it. You can just, like, I always prep a massive veggie soup, and I puree it and I put it in the freezer, and I can eat larger quantities of it, so if I need to fill up on something. So those kinds of things, or having something that gives you a sense of a sweet treat that is not a sweet, those types of ideas. So it eases you on those moments where willpower is very difficult to acquire. As many things as you can integrate into your everyday that bring out that self-love, like your workout routine, like your sleep habits and all of that, your drinking of water, meditating, maybe you have a little bit of play or a favorite show that you like to see that gives you a laugh or makes you happy in some kind of way, or knowledge that nourishes your soul, anything like that as part of your self-care. Just constantly bombarding yourself with self-care. It will make this whole deterring from what your goals are way, way, way easier. So as we're talking about this now, you want to try to get yourself escaping from that internal conflict as easily and quickly as possible. As I said, willpower can burn out or it can dissipate easily. So let's just take a look real quick at addiction. Take a look at it, because a lot of people have certain disorders, and food, anything that you're indulging in to excess, could absolutely be an addiction. So we're going to just post the addiction photo up, and then I'm going to run down those different aspects of it. So I want you guys to take a look very carefully at the first sentence. It's a very powerful one, in my opinion, from the DSM. Problematic pattern of use leading to impairment or distress manifested by at least two of the following. I want you to take the first two words and put that in your brain. A problematic pattern. Addiction is a problematic pattern of behavior. So with this, food is not listed in the DSM as an addiction, but replacing these sentences with food taken in larger amounts or over longer periods than was intended, persistent desire or unsuccessful efforts to cut down or control food use, great deal of time spent in activity necessary to obtain food, use food, recover from its effects, craving or strong desire or urge to use food, recurrent food use resulting in failure to fulfill major role obligations at work, school, or at home, continued food use despite having persistent or recurrent social or interpersonal problems caused or exacerbated by the effects of food. Important social, occupational, and recreational activities are given up or reduced because of food use. Food use continued despite knowledge of having a persistent or recurrent physical or psychological problem that is likely to have been caused or exacerbated by food. Tolerance, as defined by need for food to achieve desired effect, diminished effect, with continued use of the same amount of food. Withdrawal, as manifested by characteristic withdrawal syndrome. Food is used to relieve withdrawal symptoms. So we're going to be heading into the food zone next, after we finish these next few videos. After we get to 7, we're going to start with our food plans. And with each of those food plans, you're going to notice that you're going to have to go through some withdrawals. That is a fact, because we have been intaking substances, or there's fillers in food, or sugars, or certain ingredients in processed foods that are very addictive to our system. And you have to grit through the first week. If you can make it through a week of pain, with food it usually dissipates, and within 2 weeks for sure. If you can battle through that, I can get you to a place where food is no longer going to feel addictive to you in the same kind of physiological way. Your mental game is going to have to come with the first 7 things that we talked that we're talking about right now, beginning with, as you go back to our series and go through this whole series, that's your mental game. And if you can combat those two things along with moving your body, I swear, promise, and on my honor that you can battle your weight no matter what is happening with you. One of these things is going to work as far as diets, as well as the system of must-haves in the 777 Ultimate Transformation Plan. And I just want you guys to know that everybody has succumbed at points of their life to temptation of all kinds, especially food. So give yourself a doggone break. It happens. Whenever it happens, you want to get back up on that horse. However, I want to make it so that you're so super powered with self-care that it so rarely happens or doesn't happen at all that you're in control. You and your higher power have got this, okay? And I am here for you. Please comment below on any challenges that you have with willpower, that you want to ask me about willpower, and don't forget to like and subscribe the video. We are going to be continuing with the last couple of topics in this first 7 must-have series in our weight loss endeavors. I can't wait to see you guys again. It should be tomorrow. Sorry I missed yesterday. I needed a self-care day, and it worked because I feel recharged. So we'll see you guys soon. Bye for now.